Hi folks, it's Andy. Welcome to this episode of Kendo Video Feedback. Okay, so in this series of videos, I take some footage that you wonderful channel viewers have sent to me, and I watch it, we watch it together, and I give you some feedback, and hopefully it benefits everybody. We've got 2 submissions today to look at, and we'll get to them in just a minute, but before we do, first off, thank you very much to the people who bravely sent this footage to us. It takes a lot to do it. Very much appreciate you doing so that we can produce this content. I don't want any negativity down in the comments out like that. I'll just delete it, so don't bother. Yeah, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you know, all the YouTube magic, but most importantly, support the channel by shopping at the worlds, the galaxies, the solar system, did that in the wrong order, in the multiverses, in the entire history of the human race. The best Kendo equipment website ever, KendoStar.com. That's where you need to be shopping to support the channel. Now, I would tell you how brilliant it is because I own the place. Okay, so of course I would say that, but it's not just me saying it. Everybody's saying it. Everybody shops at KendoStar.com, and I'm sure you already do. But if you don't, what are you doing? Get to KendoStar.com. You get amazing equipment. You get brilliant service. We're unbeatable, unbeatable. You get these videos and everyone's a winner. So shop at KendoStar.com. Okay, right, let's have a look. So this first one, I think we've got 2 Shiai to look at. I've seen this Shiai before. I think I did this same Shiai, but a different person, maybe last week or a couple of weeks ago. I believe you're the player in red. So let's have a look. This side. Okay. Okie dokie, right, I've got a couple of things for you straight away. All right, first off, see when you enter the Shiai door, this is a common thing that people that are quite new to doing Shiai often misunderstand. You don't have to take just one step into the Shiai door, okay? You can take as many in as you want. Yeah, you can take as many in as you want. So when you enter the Shiai door, don't just take one step, because what happened is you didn't, in your 3 steps to do your Sonkyo, you didn't make it to the Kaishisen, this line. So walk on into the Shiai door to about the place where you can make it there in 3 steps. So you can definitely be on the Kaishisen. Okay, so walk on in, then do your day, Taito, 1, 2, 3, Sonkyo on that line. Okay, and that's going to be a lot better for you. Okay. Secondly, okay, there, this is good. Taito. You see your Taito? It goes for your partner as well, but I'm not here to talk about them. Your Taito, the Shinai, the Tsukagashira, the handle here, the end of the handle, is lower than your Kensen. And that's wrong. All right, this always has to be up, okay, higher than the Kensen. All right, so the Shinai is always diagonally this way, not diagonally this way. Okay, this is wrong. Okay. Good Sonkyo. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, good. Okay, good first attack. Okay, wasn't quite successful, no problem. You see here where you made this Kote strike? This is a good chance for Kote. Okay. But then, like, I don't think you expected to hit it, so you sort of hit it and then sort of added this kind of performance, for want of a better word. Don't take this personally, all right? I'm saying this for you, don't forget. So please don't take any of this sort of personally. I want to, I'm being direct because I want you to improve as fast as you can. Yeah, but that's all this serves is performance, all right? It's not Zanshin because you didn't expect it to hit, all right? And after Kote, we don't lift our hands over our head. After hitting Kote, your Shinai goes to your left, closing to your opponent, all right? It was good timing, but you know, you didn't quite expect to hit it, so hence it's not really Yuko Datotsu valid strike. Oh, good try there. Good try there. But here as well. All right. This is a nice men strike. All right. You were probably close to getting the Ippon here, but here this kind of weird distance is existing. We've talked about this before in other videos, but you don't want to make a sort of weird distance. So, you know, the separation between your opponents is a little bit slow. You want to be a bit quicker. Good kamae. Good man. Okay, look, you're doing well in the Shiai, all right? You're doing well so far. I think your Datotsu, your strikes, they lack a little bit of impact though. All right, so you need a little bit more snap in the wrists, not more power from your shoulders and muscles, but a little bit more snap in your wrists so that you can get a sharper strike. So it's a little bit more convincing. All right, but that was a really close one. Okay, this isn't a waza. I don't know what you were going for here, but I don't know if this is like some kind of kote, nuki kote or something like that, but just let's forget that happened, okay? See, because it leads to this sort of weird situation, yeah, where your shinai gets all hooked and, you know, all right? This is dangerous. Good. You don't want to stand like this, trust me, okay? At the minute, you're against an opponent who's sort of a similar-ish level, all right? But what you don't want to do is stand like this in front of anybody, all right? Because in the Shiai, you don't know what the level's like. I don't know if this was like a certain level tournament or whatever, but let's say it wasn't. Someone with a bit of experience is going to really eat you alive at that point, all right? So here, we talked about this before as well. You see how you've come close here, and then when there's so once a separation begins, you both have to separate. Okay, so this is a new rule, so it's difficult. But can you see how you've done this kote, which was sort of all right, and then you've come to here, and then there's a sort of separation happening. You have to go back here. Okay, you have to go back. But if you come forward here. Now, I think the referees are probably being kind, and obviously they're still getting used to the new rules as well. But by wording of the rules at the moment, this is a hand soku for you, okay? Same here, okay? You have to. That's right. You have to come to Torma like this. Okay, let's just have a quick look at your kamae here. I think your kamae is good, but you've got that sort of S thing going on a little bit that we've talked about. So I want to see you push those hips back slightly. You're taking too much of the weight of the shinai on your hips. So your strikes probably aren't as fast as they could be, and probably not. And it's probably connected to the lack of impact. Yeah. So you can see how it's like this sort of S shape. Push your hips back, neck straight, and it'll be more of an A shape, and you'll have a much more effective semi and an effective striking. So you see here, and this is common at this sort of stage. But this part here, where it's like this kind of, oh, we've lost control of our momentum because your footwork has totally gone out the window. All right, so you don't want points in your match where you're not in control of your footwork and therefore in control of your body weight. Here, like your footwork's just gone out the window. So you need to fix that, all right? Fixing the kamae will help with that too. Don't get into this habit, right? This habit here of sort of or stepping back and kind of half blocking, all right? If you want to defend yourself, move in, don't move back if you can help it. If you're going to move back, you've got to move back real fast and far, all right? The easiest and most effective way from here, if you're going to defend, move in so that they've got no chance to strike you. Yeah, so this is all right. This is all right. You can hear a difference in the strike to the other two that we had before. So you had more impact. But what I'm going to say again is you need to just bear this in mind because going forward, I don't think these rules are going to change. All right, but the new rules in Kendo Shiai, this is a hansoku rather than an ippon. All right, even though you hit the brilliant man. I think it's awarded. Is it not awarded? No. Okay. So you have to pay more attention as well to Shimpan. You can't just trust one to give it. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if they gave that. But like I say, it's a grey zone because in the current way the rules are, this is actually technically handsoku, because from here there's a sort of attempt at separation, but you've chased them down and hit them. So yeah. Okay, so that was dangerous. See here. Here, this is dangerous. Yeah, your kote is well open. Okay. So this is a kind of random point to hit here. So this is why you're unable to get the ippon. It's not really the sort of appropriate time to strike. Your sort of kikentaichi is a little bit out of sync. So even though you hit the men, it's not really good enough. I think your men waza is really good though, in general, but you want to stop this habit of, you see how you sort of lean and step back to raise your hands, this to try and defend yourself. It's not going to lead to success, okay? See here, right? This is what I'm saying. Here, now you come to Subizaria, you start to step back, you have to take another step. You have to take another step until you are actually at Toma, all right? Otherwise, it's Hansoku, all right? Now, as I say, they're being very kind to you, probably because of the level of the tournament, and probably because Shimpan might not be quite used to this rules yet, because it's new for us, and it's difficult to properly interpret. But by way of the rules at the moment, yeah, this is Hansoku, and it's not. As I say, I don't think it's going to go away. That was a nice chance of men, but again, it just lacks that impact. You see, before you made that really nice sound when you made contact, and now it's got that kind of ka-chan sound rather than the pokon sound. That was a good one. See, that was good. Fantastic. Okay, this is a great one because it's a fantastic opportunity. Okay, very good men. Very good men. So this is close too. This is close. So your kote strikes, you're not gonna make the kote ippon by swinging the shinai diagonally this way. You just can't. You can't hit it accurately or correctly. So you want to make your kote strikes straight, which means you have to hit them when their kote is on the middle of their body, rather than trying to sort of squeeze around the side. See here, right? See here, where you're sort of waiting for this kaishido. It's the wrong waza choice. All right, it's the wrong waza choice, because to be honest, you're not quite good enough at it yet to be able to score the ippon shiai. So you still need to work on that, and you sort of missed a chance here. I thought he was going to hit men. I thought, oh, he's going to hit men, and if you'd hit men, if you just launched for men here, you'd have scored ippon exactly like you did just a moment ago. All right, but instead you sort of planted yourself and tried to do the kaishido, but as I say, you're not quite technically there yet to achieve the ippon with it. So it's a shame. Is that the end of time? Okay, wait for the shimpan. I know they started to do sonkyo, but you shouldn't do the sonkyo. You don't do sonkyo until the shimpan says shobari. And then you do sonkyo, okay? Again, same thing with that shinai. And let's be a little bit more meticulous over this as well, yeah? Okay, you kind of merged that last step with your day. It's 5 steps back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sageto day. They're separate and distinct movements, okay? Okay, let's have a look at your next match. Okay, so here's your second match. You're here on the left in the red again. Let's have a look. Oh, so this time you took more steps in. Cool. I guess somebody maybe told you. Try to be able to do it, though. Try to be able to do it without having to check. All right? It takes a bit of practice. Good, good. It's a bit short though, wasn't it? A bit short. So it was a nice men strike. Pretty good in terms of Kentai no Ichi, but you see how your sort of Fumikomi is kind of like a up down sort of thing. So even though you're using a lot of energy and effort, because you're kind of going like this, you're actually cheating yourself out a bit of distance. You could have made up for that distance that you lacked in the strike by going straight. All right. So your Fumikiri, the push off from your left leg, needs a bit of work as well, right? You want to be driving straight, not up and over. Okay. Closer. You're a little bit tense, all right? You're a little bit tense. That's why you end up in this sort of entanglements and sort of getting yourself off balance and stuff. You know, Asabaki needs work too, all right? See how like there's quite a few points in the video where it kind of all just goes out the window. You Asabaki, I mean, and you end up sort of fumbling your feet, sort of running or whatever, losing your balance. So really concentrate on sharpening up your Asabaki, and you'll start to see more success in your matches. Definitely. It's super underestimated, the value of having good and correct Asabaki, by the way. Super underestimated because it's boring to practice it and to refine it. But the best players in the world all have got absolutely laser accurate Asabaki. All right, it's so important. See, watch what I mean here, right? Okay. See how you like your Asabaki it's got these gaps in it, yeah. Oh, that was you nearly got you there. Yeah. Okay, so look, here's the other thing, right? I appreciate that the strikes you're making are reaching the target and hitting the other person's boga, which is great, all right. And generally, you know, you're hitting at reasonably good times. They're generally a little bit soft. Like I say, it needs more tenuity rather than anything else, rather than sort of muscular power. But there's also there's a, you know, and it's super common at this level, all right? So again, I'm not specifically picking on you. It's for everybody really that's sort of starting to do Shiai. Once you've made a strike, it's obvious within 1 or 2 seconds whether it's been recognized as ippon or not. All right, you should, because you have to have awareness of the shimpan as well. All right, so you should be able to tell that whether it's become ippon or not. All right, and in this case, yeah, in this case, you made the strike. You made the strike here. All right, again, too short, so it's not ippon. All right, and then you've sort of run forward here. You should be able to see this shimpan at this point from your peripheral vision. Maybe not this one because your arm's in the way, but you're turning this way. Now you can see this one. None of them are moving. None of them are moving. So this has to stop here. Yeah, this has to stop here. Yes, stop to Tsubazeri here. Okay, but you sort of try and sell it. So again, you sort of add that performance. It's unnecessary, and a good player is going to exploit that. All right, they're going to take that as a chance to hit you. All right, and there's a good chance it'll be awarded. It doesn't help you, you see. It doesn't help you, right? Because when you try and sell points that aren't ippon, it looks like the shimpan just interpret that as you don't know the difference between the ippon and not ippon, and you can't tell yourself whether you've achieved it or not. So it doesn't go in your favor. All right. Have to start to recognize. It's hard, I get it as well, because I told you off before for saying for hitting and then adding your sort of performance. You don't want to do that either. You hit with everything, with full stemi, zanshin, this way. And as soon as you recognize it's not ippon, stop, move for the next one. And don't break your connection with the opponent. Oh, you nearly got your kote there. You did get your kote there, yeah, okay. Okay, so do you remember what I told you about leaving your feet where they are and just blocking with your hands? This is why, okay? This is why. What you needed to do here is you needed to move forward. If you were unsure, you needed to move forward, and there's no way you would have been able to hit your kote, okay? It's good kote. Good opportunity to learn, okay? Don't just block with your hands. To block with your feet. So it comes back to that ashitabaki that we talked about already, doesn't it? Okay, this is a close one, but he kind of fluffed it, didn't he? So, you know, you've sort of come close to a few points yourself, but you know, that sort of bit of extra tenuchi and that sort of lack of ashitabaki is what's holding you back, I think. Okay. Oh, is it twisted? Okay, sometimes it twists. Okay, this is so here you did the right thing by going for a hikiwaza, all right? Did the right thing by going for a hikiwaza, but hikigote, okay, isn't a diagonal strike, and especially as you're on that side of the shinai. All right, you see where you were? Let me see if I can. It's a bit of an advanced waza, right? You're on this side of his shinai, all right? His shinai's here. If you go like this, of course his shinai's coming this way. All right, of course it's coming this way. All right, so the real waza here, yeah, was not that like a diagonal swing for kote, but katsugi men. Right, if you've done katsugi men, katsugi hiki men, this is, yeah, pam this way. This is a hard waza, yeah. But if you just thinking about it in terms of like theory, yeah, think about it. All right, I got a couple of pens here. His shinai's here, my shinai's here. All right, if I'm sort of here, if I move my shinai to this side, of course he thinks I'm going to come for this kote, doesn't he? So of course it's natural. As soon as I move that, take that away, for his shinai to come this way, which is exactly what he did. Yeah. As soon as I come this way, he's going to block this way, and that's when I can hit the men. Yeah. Instead of, which is what happened. You couldn't quite get to the kote, shinai in the way. Yeah. So from here, if it's like this sort of thing, katsugi, he's going to block this way because he's going to follow you because he doesn't want to lose his kote. Pam, men. Yeah. It's an advanced waza. But next time you find yourself in that situation, give it a try. So again, you know, this is a dangerous bit. His man was okay, but because you see what I mean? But what happened is you sort of felt he was coming and you did the same thing, the exact same thing that lost you a point a minute ago, all right? It's all about sharpening up that footwork, that ashitabaki, okay? Okay, I think that's it. I think you did well in that match, though, all right? I think you did very well. But like I say, I need you to sharpen up that ashitabaki, all right? Because it's letting you down. There's too many gaps in it, all right? Too many sort of fumbling about, losing control of your weight distribution, stuff like that. You need to work on your tenuchi, that snap, not muscles or shoulder power, bash, not this way, but snap, 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 okay? And I think you'll do a lot better, all right? Thank you for sending it in, and I'd like to see your progress. Right, let's look at the next one. Okay, here's the next one. The context I've got here is essentially it's the person's second tournament, and there's a couple of times where they connect with their men and didn't score ippon, and they feel like they might be missing something and like some feedback. The Shodan and 43 years old. Great. All right, let's have a look. So you've got a couple of points where, okay, well, we'll watch it and then we'll see at the bits, see if we match the bits that, you know, you're unsure of why you missed out on the ippon. I think you're the white player, is that correct? Let me double check that. It doesn't say. Oh no, the red player. You're the red player. You're the red player. Okay, so facing the camera. Here we go. Let's have a look. Right, first off, the way you tying your boga is not correct. Okay, it's not the best way to do it. It's not protecting you properly. You need to tie the himo higher. All right, your himo are too low where you're tying them on your head. They're tied at basically probably the nape of your neck. You need to tie them higher, at about the level of your eyes, and then you need to pull the mendare, the wings of the men, outwards and forwards. Okay, so they shouldn't be flat against your shoulders this way. All right, have a watch of the video of how to wear your men, or how to wear your boga that I've done. All right, and it has to have this shape so that the men is properly protecting you and it looks correct. Okay.
I'll just come around.
Right. Okay. First one. All right. This kind of kote can never be ippon because there is no kikentai no ichi. Okay, kikentai no ichi is the criteria essentially for yuko datotsu. All right. What you've done here is you've seen them come in, you've sort of ducked out of the way and swung out your shinai at them, and it is not coordinated with your body and your spirit. Okay, so it's not kikentai no ichi. All right. So this strike can never be considered ippon for that reason. Okay. Okay, try not to do this, all right? After striking the men, try not. This position doesn't want to happen. You see how you're totally facing away from your partner and they're like gone from your mind, all right? You want to try to keep your eyes on them. Okay, so there's an issue here with the way you're striking kote. Because it's the same thing that happened before, okay? Yeah? You see how you're like sort of crouching down to the side this way? Yeah, this is incorrect. Okay, kote, when you strike kote, for all intents and purposes, for the sake of this video at least, right? You your body is, your posture at least is somewhat correct or intact. And your body's somewhat straight. Bam. And then after hitting, you can dodge. You can dodge after hitting, but you don't dodge during the hit. All right? See, like this, because you see how it sort of creates this wonderful space for somebody who's very skilled to do the ojuwazai against you. Okay? Okay, Gyakudo was not on the menu there, okay? Gyakudo was not on the menu. So far, your main target, and forgive me as well, I'm being direct here because I want to give you as much, clear advice as possible so you can improve as much as possible. But so far in the CI, your sort of attacks, you've done 3 attacks pretty much so far, 2 at kote, 1 at men. So you're not really selling yourself to your opponent as selling the idea to your opponent that their men is in danger, because if anything, you're coming at this sort of sideways kote. So without that, Gyakudo just doesn't exist. All right, because they've got to go like this, and they're not going to do that while they think you're going to hit the kote. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Yeah. Okay. You got a bit too much right hand when you're swinging the shinai as well. All right, so you're not using the shinai as effectively as you could. You need to use the full length of the shinai from the tip to the tip of the handle. All right, so that's why you want to swing it with your left hand, not with your right hand. So this was all right. This was contact, but I think you can see the position of your feet at the point of where your contact is being made. All right, so this again, it's the issue here is kentai no ichi, and I think this is one of the men's that you talk about in your message all right, it has to have fumikomi, all right? The hikiwaza has the fumikomi as well, yeah? So this is an issue with your ashisabaki, your footwork, okay? Good chance, good timing, clear opportunity, but unfortunately we just didn't quite make the mark in terms of the technical application, okay? See, I really want this. We really want to sort this out. All right. At the minute, all right. You said your shodan, right? Maybe this is like a shodan division. Fine. You come up against someone that's like pretty good. This is so easy to deal with because you're giving them so much space. You see how you've lent this away? You're leaning away, so you're giving them more space to deal with you. To do oji waza, aigote men, kote kaishi men. These waza become easier and easier every time you do this, okay? I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but okay. Shinai broken or something? Okay. We can skip past this, I think. Doing the correct thing, waiting in Songkyo. Very patiently. Good. You know, I tell you one thing I do like is I like your connection with the opponent, continuous willingness to strike, always looking for the next opportunity. That's really, really good, and it's lacking in a lot of people at this level, and at higher levels as well. So I really want you to try and retain that. Okay, how you're always looking for the next strike without too much of a break in between. So definitely keep up with that. Okay, so again, you see, so these strikes, you're making strikes at reasonably good opportunities sometimes, especially these hiki men. But it's purely the lack of kentai no ichi, okay? Lack of kentai no ichi. In that, you know, there's no fumikomi. It's not just a fumikomi, but the lack of fumikomi is this kind of indicator that there's you see, we can see it there. The kentai no ichi isn't there. Here, we watch this. So you're jumping as you're hitting, okay? That's not unifying the sword and the body. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but that's confusing. But anyway. Very good. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with these main points rather than sort of add more, because I think these are the main things that we really need to sort out. You know, I see that the kote is making contact, but it lacks kentai no ichi. Okay, this is the key. All right, kentai no ichi. All right, so in general, the strikes have to have fumikomi. And they have to be unified together with your you know, your sword and your body and your spirit. And that isn't what's happening here. It's kind of like, ooh. You see what I mean? That's the main thing. The thing is, in Kendo, you know, you've got to do so much more than just hit the boga. It's not good enough just to hit the boga. It's not going to get you a point. Yeah, it's got to meet the criteria of Yuko Datotsu. That's what separates Kendo from stick fighting or other similar sort of, you know, stuff. Kendo is about achieving Yuko Datotsu. So we have to be. See, again, I appreciate that you're sort of trying to do the Gyakudo, but Gyakudo has to come from a place of seme, okay? Gyakudo is a waza I've been successful with myself in my shiai career, reasonably, but you can't just throw it out randomly, all right? It doesn't work. It doesn't work, yeah? So it has to come from a place of seme. So good kamae, seme, I'm coming for men, men, do. So that they're like, oh, he's coming for men. No, he got my door. Yeah. If you just throw it out there randomly, they might flinch, but they're not going to give you that opening that you need. Okay. Okay. Like you said, this is only a second tournament, so I think you're doing super for that. But going forward, I really want you to study the criteria of Yuko Datotsu, all right? Making sure that the strikes that you make in your jigeko, in your dojo, in your keiko, in your dojo, make sure that, ask yourself, be strict on yourself. Is this really Yuko Datotsu? Is this valid? Did I do the Fumikomi? Did this have Kentai no Ichi? Is this the kind of waza that would score me at Ippon Nishiai? You have to be stricter on yourself, all right? Because I think what's happening in this is that I think probably during your keiko, you're perhaps, and again, I'm saying this for because I want to help you, right? I know it's a strict thing to say, but I think in your keiko, you're not placing enough emphasis on it, all right? On Kentai no Ichi and on your ability to achieve Yuko Datotsu valid strikes, okay? So I really want you to do that. And you've clearly got the physical ability, all right? You've clearly got the sense of opportunity, which is fantastic. I think, the way that you're conducting the Shia is good, but from a technical point of view, your strikes aren't making the grade 4 for a valid strike. So, I can see, and it's not an uncommon thing. It's not an uncommon thing, all right? So, don't be too hard on yourself about it either. It's not an uncommon thing, but in your jigeko, whatever you're doing in the dojo, you've got to do so much more than just hit their bogo. It's not just a game of who hits the other person first, all right, or more, yeah. So and just shouting men kodedo or whatever isn't enough either. Okay, you have to unify the body with the sword. It's hard. It's hard. All right. I'm sorry, just saying it like it's easy. It's not easy. It's hard, and it takes a lot of practice. Yeah. But in order for you to be able to do it, you have to be really strict on yourself. Yeah, in your own keiko. All right. I don't know what happened there. Oh, was that kote? Okay, all right, fine. Okay. So it wasn't a great kote in all honesty, but you kind of gave him the chance for it. So fair enough, eh? Fair enough, eh? I think we're coming to the end there. So, okay. So that's the end of that. Look, that's why your strikes aren't making it bomb, all right? That you made contact. All right, you made contact, but you weren't able to receive the points because you're just not reaching the criteria. All right, here's what I want you to do. All right, I've already told you what I want you to do in your keiko. I want you to go and I want you to make sure you are keeping it in mind and being strict on yourself as to whether they're achieving it or not. But I want you to do more mitori geiko. All right, I want you to watch Kendo on YouTube. All right, I want you to watch Japanese Kendo on YouTube. I want you to watch. It doesn't have to be, don't watch high school kids or something like that, at sort of our age, it's not necessarily super applicable. Yeah, but you can watch like the 8th Dan tournaments or 7th Dan tournaments, stuff like that, and just get an idea of what their ippons look like. Don't just look on the bits where they're stood and come on going, like this. That's important as well. The semi is good as well. But I really want you to look at the actual strikes, and you can find them on the KendoStar website. All right, if you go to the blog at the bottom of the page, you can search. If you put Ippon Reel, search Ippon Reel, there's loads of blog posts I've put up linking to such videos. All right, go and watch them and just get an idea of what these strikes look like, and then go back and watch this match again and compare it to yours. Of course, it's going to be miles apart. It is. Those guys are professionals. I'm not saying you've got to do it to the level that they're doing, but what I want you to do is I want you to kind of start to take your kendo more in that direction where your strikes are automatically happening with Kentai no Ichi and able to make Yuko Datotsu. All right. And when you're able to do that, you're going to get third dan. And I know you're first dan at the minute, right? But it's a journey to third dan at the minute. After you get third dan, we start to change direction. But your journey right now is up to third dan, and that's what you need to do. Yeah, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take that journey to do it. All right. So let's work on that. I think, you know, I really think it's you're on the right track, you know, if you keep that in mind. And it's not easy, so don't expect it to happen fast. All right. And I hope you realize I'm saying this because I want the best for you, and I really want you to be successful at Kendo. Okay. Thank you so much for sending the video. Thank you everybody else for watching, and for both of you that submitted the videos today. If you'd like to submit a video for feedback, all you have to do is upload it to YouTube, set it to unlisted or public if you want, don't care, but yeah, don't set it to private. I can't see it if it's in private. And then send the link to me at mail@kendostar.com and I'll make one of these videos for you. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining me. Shop at KendoStar. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.